Hello, this is Douglas Robinson with Trebuchet Software, and in this video we're going to talk about some updates that are coming for our map checklist generator web app, and or really you could use this to create a list of blueprints and definitions that you need to include in a map, but you can also use this to check the contents of a blueprint. So before, the very first rough draft of this app would just give you a list view of all of the different definitions. It was just a single column format, and it was something I was trying to get out the door as soon as possible. Whereas the previous version, when this was an actual desktop application, it looked something like this, where you had multiple different columns, and it would actually show things like, hey, here's the business object that each definition is related to, or the association. And there was some fancy logic for determining that based on if that business object was actually included in that data set, the business object def, or whether it was saved out to a local SQLite database. We're going to be working on that here too. Like already, I've set it up to where it'll build out a table view, and you'll be able to see, hey, this definition was included from this blueprint, for example, or this that was the first blueprint this definition was found in. But then there'll also be, hey, I can see the description values for these. If there's one, we can see, hey, these are business object form defs, these are relationship defs. Here's those definitions. Like columns obviously are better than no columns, but we're going to have some fancy logic for figuring out association. I mean, obviously we all know this shorter GUID here is incident. Uh, you can see right there. But some of these others you might not have memorized, and for the newer players out there, they might not have any of these GUIDs memorized. So we want the friendly association for things like relationships, one steps, yada, yada, yada. One of the things I'm planning on doing is having it set up to where this can query either I'll have a list of all of the out of the box definitions to make it simple, but to see if we can have it query a very specific, like, here's your custom system, grab all of the definitions out of the API and have it show them here. That way, when you're looking through the contents of, let's say, 200 blueprints, I need to know what was contained in this list. You can actually see here are all of the relationships that are relevant to incident that are included. Here are all of the grids that are related to this business object that are included, and so on and so on. But yeah, just a quick update. We are making progress on this. We'll have a new resource or employee. Actually, that'll be my brother, Marcus Robinson. He'll be starting working with us on Monday, February 3rd, and we'll have a lot more going on through the YouTube channel. More maps will be getting created, or up. Our website will actually get updated with probably a page where you can download most of the maps, because we have a lot that we've created that were previously on the Sharewell map exchange that weren't on our website. We are going to be working to make more of a consolidated page for that on our website. But yeah, more updates to come, and at least now you'll have a table view here when you look at these definitions. The list view is probably going away, at least for now. I have some plans for the future where ideally you'd be able to select one of these definitions and perhaps change it. Or even perhaps if you wanted to be creative, you could say you could select one of these definitions and edit it. Who knows? So we might be looking at that at some point in the future. But I have to figure out how I'm going to make the workflow for that work on this page, because this is written out in ASP.NET or VisualBasic.NET. And basically, it's going to be hard for me to generate a link here dynamically that then goes back and triggers something on the back end. Whereas if I do it as a list view, I can have a link. And so I have to work more on what the display here is going to look like. But just getting a table is actually not super difficult. So we'll be working on that. And I am planning on putting grid lines here at some point on this table. I know some people, myself included, actually get irritated when they see tables with no borders. So we'll be working on that too. But yeah, if you like this video, like, subscribe. leave comments in the comment section below. And thanks for watching.